taking on additional duties with a salary change of $36,750 to $41,750. That's effective 1/26. Letter of resignation received from Jennifer Swisher, Director of Communications, for Jessica Esposito, Telecommunicator 1. That's effective 1/23/26. Letter of resignation received from the Honorable Michelle Shepard, Circuit Clerk, for Joan Miller, Deputy Clerk. That's effective 1/20/26. We can leave the January 15 minutes in. Everybody was present. Next is the declaration of surplus property. I'm just going to go ahead and read the declaration. On this 22nd day of January 2026. I'm sorry, let me catch the name here. Hugo retired from the active service with and is to be declared surplus in accordance with the applicable laws, policies, and procedures. The owner of Hugo is to be transferred to its handler and partner, Corporal Ryan Cobb. In relinquishing ownership of Hugo, the County Commission will no longer be responsible for the care and the feeding of this canine. So that is in the consent agenda.
You want a motion to adopt this?
Well, it's in the consent agenda, so we'll just leave it within the consent agenda itself. We do have a letter from Chief Tom Young. He says, gentlemen, I regret to formally request the retirement of K9 Hugo, who has served with distinction alongside Corporal Cobb with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. After years of dedicated service, it is time for Hugo to retire due to age-related issues. K9 Hugo has been an invaluable member of our team, contributing significantly to the safety of our community through his skills in narcotics detection, tracking, and suspect apprehension. His unwavering commitment and professionalism have led to numerous successful operations. Throughout his service, Hugo has consistently demonstrated exemplary behavior and strong work ethic, building a solid rapport with both the public and his fellow officers. His contributions in high-pressure situations have been invaluable, resulting in successful resolutions for many incidents. It is time to ensure that he can enjoy his well-deserved rest. I recommend that we honor his service by providing him with comfortable and supportive environment in retirement alongside Corporal Ryan Cobb and his family. Thank you for his consideration to this request. I am available to ask any further questions that may facilitate this process. So that is from the Chief Deputy. Next up is the bond reduction for Opal Meadows grading and final BCP file number 2503-067 is tied to BCP file number 2311-367. It's a final, and 2407-0336 for grading, and it's tied to LOC number 364. There was nothing presented from the assessor this week for the for that correction log. So we need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Board of Meeting reports. Commissioner Boyd.
Yeah. Had several meetings this week. As you know, we all went down to Charleston. I thought that was pretty productive. Had some meetings with State Film Office and got back here, got some things arranged with that, and then also had a Roundhouse Farmers Market end of year and pre-planning for next year meeting last night. That went well. We had some talks about what we're going to do and how we're going to move forward. I think we've all come to an agreement how we're going to do that, switching over to a full nonprofit, taking over the market. And that's been a pretty successful market over the years for what it's done and what it's been, and we look forward to working with more in the future. believe I missed the meeting yesterday, but I wasn't notified of the change. It was supposed to be next Wednesday, but I've been informed that the CVB had a meeting yesterday at 1:30, but Tracy didn't get notification. I didn't either, so wasn't able to attend.
Very good, thank you. Commissioner Hardy.
Good morning and thank you. So I missed my planning commission meeting on Monday night, due to being in Charleston. We were in Charleston for a conference and had, countless meetings in Charleston. Went through the, agenda for that meeting, and it looked like it was a standard planning commission meeting, so, looks like they survived without me. But while I was in Charleston, I had too many meetings and too many conversations to even talk about all of them, but it was a good conference. It was a very well organized conference. Spent a good bit of time in the Capitol talking to local legislators and legislators from all over the state. I was able to take a meeting with Chairman Chris. I was able to have a meeting with Senator Barrett, who is the chairman of House Finance. Spoke to most of the delegates from the Eastern Panhandle and senators. So had a lot of great discussions in regards to our economic development projects, our continued work to support the water board and expansion for water projects, and all of our concerns with our roads. I feel like we are doing a pretty good job of staying on top of our emergency services with our fire, police, and EMS, and it's a constant struggle and a constant challenge, but we are trying to stay on top of that. Very concerns about our roads in Berkeley County, the need for new roads, the need for upgraded roads, turn lanes, bypasses. We've had the same road system here for quite a long time, and it's we really need to have some major upgrades and modifications to deal with all of the new rapid expansion and growth. So had a lot of meetings about that, and so that's all I have to report.
Thanks, sir. Commissioner Kelly.
Yes, sir. Talking about our trip to Charleston and the County Commission Association's legislative session there. Want to compliment and Melanie and the staff for putting on a great conference, and I thought it was well done, and I think hopefully we'll know later, but productive as well. So that's the important thing. The legislative reception we had was a packed house, and it was a great time to talk with our senators and delegates from all over the state. And the dinner the night before, when the legislative awards were given, I thought it was interesting that there were 4 legislators recognized, and 2 of them are our people, Jason Barrett from the Senate side and Mike Height from the House of Delegates. So for them to be recognized, and certainly we can't thank those 2 individuals enough for what they've done for us, pushing bills and things over the last couple of years to help our situation. So the CCA is starting tomorrow morning. During the remainder of the session, we have a 9 a.m. every Friday conference call now across the state with all the commissioners to talk about the bills and what's going on, and stay abreast of that. And of course, we'll be traveling back down in a few weeks for the Waco 3-day session as well. So while I was there the last day, apart from that, I did have a meeting over with the Secretary of the DNR and some of his staff members, and I found that to be very productive. I was pretty much assured that the funding that we had lost several years ago for the Stone Bridge, Opequon Creek access is going to be restored, hopefully, and that will include paved parking and a boat slip installed there at that particular location. We talked about the need for a state park in Berkeley County. We have none in Berkeley County. We're the fastest growing county, and the next state park, when it's built, should be built here in Berkeley County. So talked about the Sleepy Creek hunting and fishing area. We talked about the Falling Waters site. They're going to communicate with the DOH. They're going to communicate with Chelsea Ruby on some issues, and just doesn't hurt to keep pounding the drum down there to get attention. Yesterday, we had our Hagerstown Eastern Panhandle Metropolitan Planning Organization meeting at the airport. I'm pleased to say that there's some preliminary movement and funding being set aside for the Harold Drive situation. That's very encouraging. We've been pressing that as one of our agenda top items over the last couple years. You know, we talked last week, and we talked about it again in our meeting. We talked in our session last week about this public hearing on February the 10th. We'll be coming back from Charleston that day. I hope maybe to catch the end of that public hearing, but it's going to be held at the Randy Smith 30, and it involves a public hearing about the proposed Welcome Center on Exit 8. I'm really leaning towards the fact that I personally don't know if I can vote for that as a member of the MPO for funding. If the funding is not, if it's flexible, it just, all the needs we have for roads here, why not spend it on a road improvement instead of on a new Welcome Center? We're talking $26 million, so it certainly could do us really good in other places. So I may ask here in the next few weeks that the commission comes out formally as a group and opposed to them spending the money there. So we'll talk about that more and study that. But it just seems ludicrous to me that, you know, and so the plan is it'll just be the one Welcome Center for both directions. So, and so think about that over the next week or so.
Are they gonna close the two other welcome centers? Or
They're
just-
going to turn them into tractor and trailer only. They're going to talk, you know, 18-wheelers only because of the need. And obviously there is a need to increase the size of those for tractor and trailers. You notice how they park out even on 81 because they're packed. With all the convenience stores we have up and down 81 in Berkeley County, the places they have for parking are usually full every night as well. So it's certainly justified, but I don't know. I would think they could improve that thing and enlarge it and keep the vehicular traffic there as well, in my mind. But Charleston usually knows better than we do. So later today, here this morning, I have the Shenandoah Valley Battlefield folks coming up. Kevin Walker and Jack Owings are going to meet with Matt Umstead and myself. We have got the final appraisal now in for the Hoax Run Park. It's just under $1 million, so we will be receiving about a $500,000 check here soon to reimburse us for our investment there. And then this evening at 5 o'clock, we have our monthly ambulance authority meeting today. So, so I have, sir.
Been busy, sir. Thank you. As everybody's mentioned, the trip to Charleston, you know, is always a good opportunity to meet and speak with different commissioners, delegates, and senators, and staff throughout the state. And had the pleasure of sitting in with the finance chair from the House, Vernon Chris, and Jennifer Smith, our economic development director, work with Access Strategies to get that meeting set up to be able to present to him about the economic opportunity district that we're trying to create there with the sports complex. I'd also like to thank Delegate Height for working to get that meeting set up as well, and the support that he has given us on that particular project.
I think it's fair to say too, from all of us, we agree that everything I heard about the sportsplex and the STIF is pretty positive. So we certainly have our hopes up, and hopefully our bubble won't get burst, but it looks very positive at this point. So it's exciting to hear.
A lot of interest and support for that, for sure. Also had the opportunity to speak with our treasurer, Larry Pack. He presented to the Commission Association, and just he understands our issues. He's always willing to listen, and we just appreciated, you know, the time that I had to be able to speak with him. Also yesterday evening, had a criminal justice meeting. And currently, we have 405 people in our day report system. Of course, what's been, Gary, 2 years ago, we started a transport service with them. But last year, approximately 3,000 miles, I was transporting folks in for their therapy and their classes and stuff. We started a new DUI program last year, and currently we have 11 people in that particular class. As far as Jefferson County, Tim has hired one driver and two caseworkers that we currently use, and when Jefferson gets stood up, they will go with Jefferson. That's been the understanding and the agreement all along with that. On the community service stats, they have 116 participants that's currently under supervision, and that's doubled in the last 6 months. So the court system's working very closely with us on those referrals. They've since January, they've had 263 referrals, and they've completed 253 intakes. Magistrate Court remains to be the largest referral agency. 39 out of the drug court. Well, Magistrate Court was 122. Drug court referrals were 39. Case manager referrals were 44. And we've got 18 municipal court referrals. So the city of Martinsburg's municipal court is now working through our day report.
How about home confinement? Anything you
I've
noted
got
on that?
this, hang on, that's the next
Yeah.
page.
There you go.
Roadside litter, they've had 3,434 hours dedicated to roadside litter, 1,878 hours dedicated to recycle center. They're just, from the Goodwill agency that they give time to, Humane Society, the Rescue Mission, other nonprofits equate out to 1,409 hours. The fairgrounds has been given, the county fairground is 110 hours, separate Little League's 321 hours, a total of 8,436 hours that has been given back through folks through our community service. They had 198 folks successfully complete their programs, and they had 30 that were discharged due to non-compliance. So that's the accountability part to that. On the home confinement, there's currently 131 folks under our home confinement, 121 adults, 8 juveniles, 11 adult court, and 4 juvenile drug court. They have 50 pending, with 13 court orders that still need to be post bond. Berkeley home confinement is currently fully staffed with 8 officers and 1 supervisor. They have a 69% success rate, 177 completions, and 79 were revoked. To flip on down here just a little bit further, in 2025, the number of days of supervision so far has been 48,463 days. The cost of GPS monitoring has been $155,082. The monitor fees collected is $234,124. And the jail bill savings is $2,640,000. That if this program was not in place, that would be an additional to our jail bill. So not only holding people accountable and getting treatments, but it's also saving us a tremendous amount of money. And as of December 2025, the Berkeley home confinement is working with the supervision from the Martinsburg Municipal Court, primarily for the charge of driving revoked or DUI. Currently, there are 3 individuals serving home confinement through the Martinsburg Municipal Court system. So I want to thank them for their cooperation and participation as well.
Mr. President, could I offer with regard to the Jefferson County effort that not only does Jefferson County provide the vehicles that we use for their transportation, they pay 100% of the salaries for those folks. So this county commission is not bearing any cost with regard to supporting Jefferson County.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if I may, I'd like to introduce a gentleman in the audience today that I've known for a long time and was a former commissioner in Jefferson County, Gary Phelan. So welcome, Gary. It's good to have you here.
Good morning, sir.
If I could reiterate on that just for a minute, what was that number, that $2 million number, the savings to the Berkeley County taxpayer?
$2,640,264.
Yeah, so $2.6 million. And so, so people understand, that's $2.6 million of local tax dollars, because if those individuals, first of all, we're helping those individuals. We're trying to get those people their lives back. We're trying to reunite them with their families. We're trying to get them back into the workforce. We're trying to make them productive parts of society. That $2.6 million would be paid by local tax dollars to take care of those individuals in our local jail through the reimbursement rate. Now you'll say, well, it costs money to treat these people, and it does cost money to treat these people. Most of that money is federal money. So, you're collecting tax dollars from New York and California and Oregon, a lot of that federal tax money to help take care of these people. But the most important thing is we're trying to make these people whole in our society again. And at the same time, we're saving our local taxpayers money that would just be going to house and feed and protect these people in our local jails. So there's a lot of accountability over there at the Day Report Center. And as I've said in the past, when I see people that have been through their program that come back and work in their program, that shows me the accountability and the buy-in. You have people that have had struggles in their lives and been able to work through that program and felt strongly enough in that program to say that they wanted to be a part of it. So I cannot say enough good things about our Day Report Center, about putting people's lives back together and also saving our local tax dollars. So thank you for that. That information and that report.
And when you add it all up together, all those programs combined, we're talking a savings of $7 to $8 million a year on our jail bill. And it's just a tremendous thing what they do for our community.
All right, so we have a reappointment packet received from Nick Deal from the Ambulance Authority. Are you prepared to make that reappointment today for him?
For the ambulance authority?
Yes, sir. For
Yeah.
Nick Deal.
Yes.
Make that motion?
Sure. I would move that we reappoint Nick to the ambulance authority.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been properly moved and second to reappoint Nick.
Even though he's going to be 30 minutes late for our meeting this evening. Yeah. We still have a quorum without him, so we're good.
It's been properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Also, we have a reappointment packet received from Vakina Norton for the Berkeley County Planning Commission.
Oh, it would be my honor. It would be my honor to look for a motion to reappoint Vakina Norton to the Planning Commission. She has been involved in the Planning Commission longer than I have been. And, I was involved in the Planning Commission for a few years before I went to Charleston. So she is a very integral, plays a very integral role in that commission, and she's our vice president this year, and look forward to having her back on that board. So I would love to make a motion to reappoint Vakina Norton to the Berkeley County Planning Commission.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Commissioner Hardy, do the honors of swearing in.
So it's time for our honorary commissioner. Drew, if I could get you to come up here and stand next to the flag, I'm going to get you sworn in. We've got Mr. Drew Lackey this morning. And if I get you to stand right here and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Drew Lackey, do swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of West Virginia, that I will work hard to fulfill my responsibilities of the office of Honorary Commissioner, to which I have been appointed. So help me God. All right. Thank you very much. And Drew, we appreciate you being here today. We've got a certificate here for you. we're going to get a picture here with you in just a little bit. And we'd like you maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you go to school, maybe what you want to do after school, maybe where you want to go, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I go to South Middle School.
Okay,
I'm in 8th grade,
right?
and after high school, I'd like to probably go into like wood shop.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, we got Caperton's got a nice furniture place up in Morgan County, so I'm sure he's always looking for nice people to go help build furniture. So, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have 2 brothers,
Yeah, older or younger?
older. One's in 10th grade, the other one's graduated.
They don't pick on you, do they?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Just brotherly love. Yeah, yeah. Does anybody else have any other questions for Drew?
But I find it interesting, you want to be a woodworker.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I tell
Well,
you.
you play basketball by any chance? You did pretty
Baseball.
Baseball. He's a baseball player. Yeah. Baseball. Guaranteed contracts in baseball. That's where you need to be.
That might be the second or third best sport.
Yeah. Well, I'm a carpenter and a contractor by trade, so, and it's been kind to me. So, you know, the blue collar workforce sometimes is taken for granted. So it's exciting to hear that you might want to go in and do woodworking and stuff. So, well, thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate you. And if you have anything you'd like to chime in on, or if you catch any mistakes that Commissioner Catlett makes, he makes a lot of mistakes up here sometimes. Just feel free to jump right in and pounce on him. So, all right. Thank you for being here, Drew.
Next up, Bill Lawrenson. Your trade supervisor, we're right on the money, sir.
Man, the myth. Man, the myth, the legend.
Well, okay.
Okay.
This morning, we have an estate hearing for the estate of Richard Edward Todd. Mr. Todd passed away on September 8th, 2023, a resident of Berkeley County. On December 17th, 2025, Mr. Richard E. Todd Jr., the decedent's son, appeared in my office to probate an original, seemingly valid will and testament for his late father, dated May 15th, 1992. The will bequeaths all residual probate assets to his surviving spouse, Betty Ann Todd, whom is still living but unable to proceed with this process due to health issues. The will originates from Washington County, Maryland, a jurisdiction with a register of wills, meaning self-proving affidavits at the back of wills are not required, since the testator can present the will to that government agency while they're still living. West Virginia has no such office or practice. The will is perfectly valid, but the witnesses who presumably watched the testator execute his will failed to swear to such circumstances of the will's execution, thus leading us to today's hearing, giving due process rights to any who wish to challenge the will's execution. With that, and without any objection from any interested party in the audience this morning, I ask for this commission's consideration in allowing the unproven will of Richard Edward Todd into probate in solemn form.
I have any questions for Will?
Do not.
And there's nobody here. All right. Need a motion to approve the estate of Richard Edward Todd.
So moved.
Solemn form.
Second, Mr. President.
Been properly moved in second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Thanks, sir.
Easy one today, Will.
Oh, yeah, well, they're coming. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Will.
That's all I have to.
Thanks, Will.
I can't wait.
All right, next up, Nick Deal, Executive Director and CEO of Eastern West Virginia Regional Airport. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you all very much for having me.
How you doing this morning?
I had a mint in my mouth. I'm trying to
Last
chew
time I
it up
saw
real
you eating.
quick. That's right.
Seems to be a common theme.
Well, that's obvious. Some food occasionally. No, I appreciate your time. I was coming in today to ask for a continuation of your support for a taxiway well, it's a taxiway improvement. Taxiway Echo is a taxiway that is on the civilian side of the airport. It is about a third of the entire, a third of the length of the entire runway. And when it was built, it was actually enough for what was there at the time, but now the runway's expanded pretty dramatically since then. And so it's a dangerous situation when an aircraft has to get on that taxiway and then back taxi all the way down to the end of the runway to take off. And the FAA really does not, they wanted us to fix this. And so they gave us some funding to do it. The entire project is several $1 million project. You guys I've come to you once with a small request, and I'm coming to you now with a little larger request, but there's a reason for that too. It'll come in 3 phases, and this is phase 2. Phase 2 is a 95% match, as opposed to most of the time there's a 90% match from the feds, which means that we get a little more bang for our buck in this part of the program. So some of the things they were trying to push off, we asked them to fit into this grant so that there ultimately was less of a request to the city and the county and to the state for match money. The project is, this part of the project is going to be widening and strengthening the current taxiway Echo and preparing it for the extension in the next phase. And so they'll be doing the earthwork for all that. They'll be doing some grinding up some of the existing taxiway, and they'll be actually creating another little road down on the south end of the airport with that existing asphalt that they're grinding up. So it'll be helpful to us too, because it's an area we knew we were going to have to pave eventually. So that's what we're looking for. I think the amount is a little under 77,000, and the previous one was, I think, 20-some thousand. And we know there's going to be a third request that'll likely come in 27, or it'll probably come in spring to summer of 27. It could get delayed, which means it would be 28. But that's what we're working for, and this gives us the ability too, because the current taxiway Echo doesn't have the weight capacity to be able to handle like a Gulfstream or something like that. It's also a little too narrow. They don't like how narrow it is, and so they will go out on taxiway Charlie, which is a wider taxiway. It's the old north-south runway actually. But the problem with that is then they're even farther up the runway, and they have to back taxi longer in order to get to the end of the runway. So this will solve a couple of problems there. And as we are working with the House, the Senate, and the West Virginia Development Office and the Berkeley County Development Authority to bring in an MRO or other airport-related businesses, it's important that we're able to accommodate the type of aircraft that those might attract. And so that's why we're doing this. Repair and improvement.
I mean, my thing is, I understand and support the safety issue. I mean, I think that is a real problem that could be alleviated if and when this is completed. That's my biggest concern would be like
Right.
backing up that safety and up that ramp, and then running off the runway or another plane coming in or something. It's just not. We can do better, and unfortunately it costs a lot of money to do it. But
Right.
from a safety perspective, I think it needs to be done now. Gary, I don't know where you would suggest that these dollars come from, if you've.
So I do have a question, Mr. Deal, if you don't
Yes,
mind. So the escalation from 20,000 to 76,000, can you be predictive on what the third request would be?
The third request will be less than this second request. We think it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 to 40,000, but we're not 100% certain on that. If we run into an issue, it changes things. But we've done quite a bit of investigating and surveying of that area, so we don't think that we're going to run into anything. And so that's what we're we're looking at. There is actually a fourth phase of this that we're not gonna do right now.
And to answer your question, Mr. President, it would come from your current contingency account that has just roughly about $500,000 in it. So if the commission so chooses, you have the monies to move to the airport's funding.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Nick?
No, I guess, I mean, my question is, this is our local buy-in for this grant. There's a buy-in from the city of Martinsburg. There's state money coming,
Yep.
federal money, FAA money. So
Right.
this is just kind of our piece of that pie.
Right, so this is actually a combination. We got an earmark for part of this, we got an additional grant from the FAA for part of this, and then we got, with all that, we had a 5% match.
Yeah,
And we got half of the 5% match from the state,
right.
and they've already, they're in for that. The city has been, we've requested the same that we asked from you from the city, and they have indicated that they're,
I know this has
Working
been
on
in the
that
works for a while,
Yeah,
so.
this is-
It
and
was a
we-
big push last year in Charleston for that piece that you needed from them.
yeah, and we're still working on some of that.
Yeah.
It was,
All right, need a motion?
Mr. President, I'd like to move that we would support the airport in its efforts to upgrade its taxiway and make it safer with our portion of the grant of $76,000 and, I'm sorry.
788.25.
788.25
I'll second that motion.
Okay, properly moved in second. Are there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you,
Thank you
Nick.
very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Nick, and I'll tell you, man, a few weeks ago, you and I met and you were telling me about your MRO and what you're trying to get accomplished out there. And I give you a lot of credit for everybody coming together on these projects to be able to, at some point, actually create the employee workforce that's going to be needed when we're able to land this MRO, between Shepherd University, Fairmont, Ridge CTC, I'm sorry, Marshall,
Yeah.
Fairmont every time, Marshall, and Berkeley County Schools. So, what a great opportunity for folks to get into that workforce.
We're very excited about that. As a matter of fact, I just left a meeting with Marshall University and the school system in a discussion specifically about that. So it's very exciting to hear what their plans are and how all of these things connect with our plans to really grow our own workforce here. Because I think that as we continue to bring more business into that airport, we have to have those aviation-related workers to be able to fill those positions. And that just ensures they're going to be our folks from around here, and they're going to be able to stay in their community and work here with the living wage and live here. So
Yeah, that's a really great opportunity for young folks in particular. So
Yeah.
excited about that.
I'm very excited about it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and Nick, I'd like to take a minute just to thank you for your willingness to travel. It seems every time I'm in Charleston, I see you down there. I know you're down there a lot, and it's not a sexy trip. It's just
Yep. Especially not last night.
it's the travel's tough. It's a long drive, and you're working under the dome, and we all go back and forth. I've spent my time back and forth, and it's you're away from home, and I appreciate your willingness to go down there and serve Berkeley County and be a voice, not just for the airport, but Development Authority, all the different boards that you sit on. I appreciate you taking the time to
Thank
do
you
that. So.
very much. Well, actually, it was one of our local delegates who's now a county commissioner that told me a few years ago, you have to be down here and show your face to these people so they know you're serious.
You do.
So
yeah.
thank you for that advice
Yeah.
several years ago.
No one ever referred to a Charleston trip as a junket.
That's right.
No.
All right, Nick, thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Have a good day, Nick.
Next up, we have a board and commission interview with Amy Gee, a candidate for Martinsburg Berkeley County Public Library Commission.
Is that her?
I don't.
I don't know.
Ms. Gee, are you ready to come forward for your interview? No,
She's not
you're not
here.
Ms. Gee.
Let's
Okay,
connect.
sorry. Well, okay, that's why I didn't get any eye contact. Okay. All right. Well, we almost got her on the
Library.
library board. So
You can be Miss Gee for the next 10 minutes.
Careful what you wish for. All right, Gary. Talk about the multi-purpose room.
Yes, sir. So as we finished the multi-purpose room, and that thing came in, by the way, all of you see the people coming in and out of there. I think every discipline of organization that isn't politically minded, that is coming in, they're connected to you, everyone's using that room. And you'll notice when you go in, if you went to the right in the foyer, where people sit and gather and talk all the time, there's a big blank wall. So we were in Charleston last year and standing in the well, and we looked up and everybody was making fun of Baby Dog, but I kind of focused on the mural that was up there. So I came back and I had a conversation with Matthew, and all of you know, if you have a conversation with Matthew and you end the conversation, he never stops. So fast forward to today, Matt has worked with your grant administrator, and there's an opportunity for a grant that is a 50-50 match to have an actual mural drawn on that wall. There's a sample of it in your read ahead that reflects Berkeley County and what it means and what it does. They've worked with local artists. They have all of this effort, and they're ready to make application for the grant. And if the commission so chooses, it'll be a $5,750 commitment from you, and then in turn a $5,750 grant to take that blank wall and really set that room off. All I did was mention it. Matt took it and ran with it and brought it to fruition. So I'm asking if the commission would so choose to approve that we make application and see if we can't land this and really take that room yet to another level and make it look nice. I tried to get a mural, maybe Mr. Catlett with the basketball standing real tall, but it just wouldn't work out. But
But it is going to be themed around the 250th anniversary of our nation, so.
and then you have a image of it in your read ahead of what
Yes,
we're
very
proposing.
nice, very nice, very colorful.
I think it's a great thing to do and an awesome thing, and if you need a motion, I'm willing to make that
No,
motion.
we do need a motion to give me the authority to sign the document, sir.
I would make the motion that we pursue this grant and give the president authority to sign the document if approved, so.
Second?
Been properly moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Just a question. So this would be $5,000 that the Berkeley County Commission is putting towards the,
5,750.
okay, $5,700 that we are putting towards the grant for the mural in that room.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 match.
Okay. Anything else? Good. All right. It's been properly motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
All right,
Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Amy?
Yes.
Are you prepared for your interview? Come on up. Good morning. Welcome. We were a little bit ahead of schedule, and I tried to interview another lady, but she declined. So, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Amy G.
Hey, good morning. Good
Good
morning. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up here and moved back to the area just about 4 years ago, 2022. I work at Shenandoah University. I'm a librarian, and I don't know, what else would you like to know?
No, that's it.
it's a fabulous facility, by the way, and they're growing in numbers where most universities now are losing population,
Yes.
so,
We feel very fortunate to be in
yeah,
the position.
it's
we're in.
quite a university there.
Yeah, so we're just going to ask a few questions, and we'll start with Mr. Boyd and come across.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you for volunteering to try to take this position. And I know we just recently lost a member, and that's why we're interviewing. You're a librarian, so obviously you're familiar with libraries. We've got a lot of work going on over there at the library. Is there anything you'd particularly like to see happen there, or any goals of yours that you'd like?
I'm a big fan of the library. I grew up going to that library. It's been difficult for it not to be open for half the time I've been back in the area. I think there's probably going to be some work ahead to invite the community back in to the library after such a long closure. So I guess that's one of the things I'd really like to see, some meaningful outreach to the community. Folks like me are champing at the bit to get back in there, but I'm sure other people have just given up or made up their own minds about what's going on and why it hasn't been open. So to get the word out and invite people back in and show them what the library has to offer the community, not just in terms of resources, but in terms of a community space and a place for people to gather.
Sorry.
First of all, just thank you for being here today. Thank you for your willingness to serve on the board. I read your application and wow, you got all the certifications and everything you'd ever need to have someone on a library board. So I don't have any questions for you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your willingness to serve on the board and serve Berkeley County. We need people with your knowledge to serve on those kind of boards. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Kelly.
Well, certainly you're qualified, and a couple of things to think about though. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be appointed to the board. And have you ever been in the library? I'm sure in Winchester.
Yes.
And very impressive, and hopefully we can learn some things from what they're doing there and bring it to Berkeley County. So, and the other thing is that of course it's just not the Martinsburg Library now at Hedgesville, and then of course down at Falling Waters, and that trailer's just not going to cut it for the future, and we need to get a better facility down there in the future. So I hope that you can take that message to the board and keep that in mind as we grow and this community grows, and hopefully our library system will grow with it. So,
Of course. Thank you.
but thank you for your willingness to serve. We appreciate that very much.
Yes, ma'am. Like the rest of commissioners, appreciate you coming in and applying. You know, we're always looking for people to fill our boards, and we need people to step forward and take an active role. Obviously, with your experience as a librarian, you understand the challenges that staff will have. So I would expect that you would be able to help inform the rest of the commission members when they don't maybe understand the position of the staff when they have a request. So I think that's an important role sometimes, to have perhaps somebody who's not, you know, under the roof, but understands the process and the challenges moving forward. We are looking forward to getting the library up and running and get the children back in and get the folks back into the library. So thank you. Thank you for your attention.
I have one more question for you. I graduated from college over 50 years ago, so, and you couldn't study in a dorm. So I actually used the library to study some. I know they won't believe that, but I did. And do they still do that today? Do students still
yes.
come to your library and
yeah.
actually study and
Yes.
work? Yeah.
We've actually condensed and minimized some of the room that used to be taken with the book collections to make more room for studying, because students really love to study in the library.
And what's your feel about like the need in terms of the books and all compared to just AI now and all everybody's looking on their phones or on their computers now for information instead of, has it affected it that much?
I think it has some effect, but I think people who like to read will always exist, and there is
I assume you have
there's a difference in quality of
computer
it.
access in your libraries. Of
Yes.
course, they all have that now. So, yeah.
Yeah, they offer a digital online book checkout.
Yes, we
and all
have
that.
Mhm.
primarily digital resources now.
Yeah. A different world than what I grew up in, for sure. But thank you.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Hey, Eddie, I don't know if there's any other applicants coming forward for this, and I know we don't normally move to put people on the board, but with her experience and whatnot, and they have a board meeting today, I don't know if she can make it. I'd like to
Yeah.
nominate to go ahead and appoint her to the board, if that's okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I second that.
All right.
Okay, it's been properly moved in second that we make the appointment to the library board of Amy G. today. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Mr. President, she could go see Tracy and get the paper. She could actually get sworn in right now.
Yeah, if you could go to our receptionist at the desk and sign the necessary paperwork,
ask for Tracy McCormick.
All right, thank
Do
you.
you know when they propose to have it open again? Yeah,
It's February, Steve.
this year?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Are you able to make the meeting today?
Meeting today, sure.
Wow.
It's at 5:30 tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. I'll go back up to the multipurpose room Memorial Grant. I did not ask for a no vote, and Commissioner Hardy is a no vote, so I just want to reflect that record and apologize for
It's
not.
okay. No, I just wanted the record to show that I was a no vote on
Yeah.
on the grant proposal, and I just stood you a little note there to
Yeah.
make that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of times, well, a lot of times when I think I hear everybody,
It's okay.
I don't normally ask, and that's my failure, so.
Thank you.
We do have a reason for executive session. It's for legal matters. So I do need a motion to go into executive session.
Real estate,
I thought we'd take a break. You want to take a break and get pictures and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, 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 we'll
Okay.
do that.
real estate and personnel.
Okay, okay, good. So it's everything.
We'll be busy.
All right. We're gonna take a break and we'll come back, we'll be in executive session.
I was walking in.
It's like home
back.
station.
In session.
All right, we're back in session. We're back in session, and we do have need for executive session for real estate, personnel, and legal. So,
Mr. President, I make the motion that we'll go into executive session for real estate, personnel, and legal matters.
yeah, we are in executive session.
There was nobody out there.
All right, we're back in session. There will be no action taken. Let the record show there's nobody here from the items from the public. Your motion to recess.
Mr. President, I move that we recess.
We are in recess. Thank you.